Hey guys, thanks for sticking around. We've got family experience coming up next, but before then, let's worship together.
Yeah. Come on. Let's go. I know I'm gonna make mistakes in this life I live, but you never leave me. You forgive. I won't always get it right. It's alright, 'cause no matter what I do, I'm always loved by you. In the morning time, I'm gonna sing. God, you make me smile when you're doing your thing. I'm thankful for the way you set me free and all of the ways that you love me. I know I'm gonna make mistakes in this life I live, but you never leave me. You forgive. I won't always get it right. It's alright, 'cause no matter what I do, no matter what, I'm always loved by you. In the morning time, I'm gonna sing. God, you make me smile when you're doing your thing. I'm thankful for the way you set me free and all of the ways that you love me. In the morning time, I'm gonna sing. God, you make me smile when you're doing your thing. I'm thankful for the way you set me free and all of the ways that you love me. Let's take 'em to the bridge. God, you're never giving up on me. God, your love is all I'll ever need. You're all that we need. In the morning time, I'm gonna sing. God, you make me smile when you're doing your thing. I'm thankful for the way you set me free and all of the ways that you love me. In the morning time, I'm gonna sing. God, you make me smile when you're doing your thing. I'm thankful for the way you set me free. Yes, we are. And all of the ways that you love me. I'm thankful for the way you set me free. Let's go. And all of the ways that you love me. Sing it again. And all of the ways that you love me.
Hello friends, welcome back to Family Experience. We are so thrilled to be with you and we're going to have so much planned for today.
This month we are learning all about forgiveness. Forgiveness means deciding that someone who has wronged you doesn't have to pay. It can be pretty tough to forgive someone when you feel like getting even. It's not easy to give someone a do-over when they've messed up or really hurt your feelings. But remember, you're not on your own. God is always there to help you.
I'm so excited about today because we are playing one of my very favourite games. It is Freeze Dance. You never know, there might be some forgiveness that comes into play. If you haven't played Freeze Dance before, or if it's been a little while, here is how it works. We'll play some super fun music, and while the music plays, you dance. Show us your best dance moves, and when the music stops, you have to freeze and not move. If you're moving when the music stops, someone in your family or someone who is with you will let you know that you are out. Are you guys ready? We love this game. Okay, let's go to the first song.
Yeah. Come on. Let's go. I know I'm gonna make mistakes in this life I live, but you never leave me. You forgive. I won't always get it right. It's alright, 'cause no matter what I do,
Show me how to love like you, treating others the way you do. Kindness You love me like a friend and help me through. So I will worship you in all I do. So I live my life to show that I know you're everything to me.
I'm blown away by your love for me. It goes on and never ends. I belong to you. I'm chosen by you. Forever, I'm your friend. You'll always be right here with me. I'm so thankful for your love. No matter what I do, I know this is true. You're by my side, you'll never leave. I wanna thank you, God, for showing me who I am. You're so good, you help me to understand. We are your sons and daughters. You're such an amazing father. Thank you, God, for coming.
That was so fun. I loved all of your guys' dance moves. And I'm glad no one was really out for that long. It feels good when you get a redo, hey? And I hope you forgive your family who got you out. And hey, speaking of redos, let's get into our Bible story today.
Hey everyone, I'm Chloe.
Hi, Chloe.
One day, while Jesus was teaching, a group of tax collectors and others who were considered outcasts gathered around Jesus. The religious leaders were totally shocked by this.
This man welcomes sinners and riffraff.
He even eats with them.
Jesus turned to the leaders and invited them to listen too. He spoke to them in parables, or stories, one about a lost sheep and one about a lost coin. The third story was about a lost son. There once was a wealthy man who had 2 sons. The youngest son was totally fed up with living at home. He hated having to do what his dad said and trying to live up to his perfect big brother. So he did something extreme.
Give me my share of all your money.
Now, this was really rude, but it's even worse than you might think. Usually, family money would only be passed on to children after the father died. So it's like the younger son was saying he wished his father was dead. Even though the father must have been terribly hurt, he divided up his property and gave a share of the money to the younger son.
I'm in the money. Woohoo, the sky is sunny.
The younger son took off for a faraway country. When he arrived, he started spending money like it was water. Fine clothes, awesome food, wild parties. The younger son lived it up, big time. But you can guess what happened. The money ran out. And right about that time, a famine hit. It was hard to find food, even if you did have money. The younger son was stuck. So he went to work for a pig farmer. The younger son was so desperate, he actually wanted to eat the disgusting pig scraps. The sharp hunger in his stomach woke him up.
At home, my father's servants have more than enough food to eat. But I'm dying from hunger.
The younger son started to form a plan.
I'll go home to my father. I'll say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven, and I have sinned against you. I am no longer fit to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants. Yeah, that's it.
So the younger son set off for home. He was tired and weak, and the journey seemed to take forever. But at last, he neared home.
I'm no longer fit to be called your son.
But while the son was still a long way off, his father saw him. The father's heart was filled with love. He ran to his son and threw his arms around him and kissed him.
Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer fit to be called your son.
But the father called out to the servants.
Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the fattest calf and kill it. Let's have a feast and celebrate. This son of mine was dead, and now he is alive again. He was lost, and now he is found.
In no time at all, the younger son was dressed in fresh clothes instead of rags and found himself the guest of honor at a feast. His head must have been spinning. But meantime, we can't forget the older brother. The whole time his kid brother was out living wild and wasting money, the older brother was working hard for their father. The older brother had been out in the field all day. So when he came home to the sounds of music and dancing, he was shocked. He called one of the servants.
What's going on?
Haven't you heard? Your brother came back. Your dad's so excited, he killed the fattest calf for a party.
What?
You should come in. Your father's looking for you.
Let me think. No.
Just think what you'd feel like if you were the older brother. This whole thing was so unfair. When the father came out and begged his older son to come in, the son let him have it.
Look, all these years, I've worked like a slave for you. I have always obeyed your orders. You never gave me even a young goat so I could celebrate with my friends. But this son of yours wasted your money on crazy things. Now he comes home, and for him, you killed the fattest calf.
The father looked on his older son with the same love he gave his younger son.
My son, you are always with me. Everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate and be glad. This brother of yours was dead, and now he is alive again. He was lost, and now he is found.
And that's the end. Jesus didn't tell the crowd what happened next. Maybe the older brother had a change of heart and came inside to have a blast with his brother. Or maybe he held on to his anger and stayed outside, alone. The end.
Jesus told his story of the father and the two sons to show us what God is like. Remember what our story said. God is like the father in the story no matter what. We can always come back to God, and we can know that he will always forgive us. I hope you always remember that. God will always forgive you.
You can talk to God when things are going great in your life, and you can talk to God when you're feeling sad or alone. You can even talk to God when you've done something that you wish you hadn't. That's a time when it's so important to talk to God. You can trust God no matter what. Sometimes we might feel like the younger brother. We mess up and we need to be forgiven.
But sometimes we feel like the older brother. We feel angry and jealous when we need to forgive someone else. That can be hard to do, but Jesus gave us the very best example of how to forgive.
The reason we can forgive is because we know that God always forgives us. That's what we read in our memory verse for this month. It's from Colossians chapter 3, verse 13. Let's say it together.
Put up with one another. Forgive one another if you are holding something against someone. Forgive just as the Lord forgave you. That's a great segue into our family question. When is it hard to ask for forgiveness? Has there ever been a time where you felt like you were the younger son, walking back home with your rehearsed story? Now, this might be a little bit of a hard question to answer, but don't worry. You get the chance to chat all about it with your family. Grab them now, sit down together with these questions in front of you. It'll be a great way to have an awesome family discussion. And then you could pray for each other that each of you would be able to give, ask, and show forgiveness. And then you can head on over to our Facebook parent page to check out the latest episode of the So and So Show. Thanks, team. See you next month.
See ya.
Yeah. Come on. Let's go. I know I'm gonna make mistakes in this life I live, but you never leave me. You forgive. I won't always get it right. It's alright, 'cause no matter what I do, I'm always loved by you. In the morning time, I'm gonna sing. God, you make me smile when you do and you think. I'm thankful for the way you set me free, and all of the ways that you love me. I know I'm gonna make mistakes in this life I live, but you never leave me. You forgive.